the executive secretary of the Vice President, Augustine Yao, has reiterated that the national identification card, which is the Ghana card, has met all the requirements for an e-passport. According to him, this move places Ghana at a vantage point in ongoing plans towards the worldwide implementation of e-visas. He spoke to MFR Pau on the probe, stating that the fact that the card will allow card-bearing Ghanaians for now to enter the country from across the world without necessarily showing the booklet version of their passports. Take a listen.
With the Ghana card, you can go from within ECOWAS. You can go to Ivory Coast, you can go to Togo, you can go to Benin, you can go to Nigeria, because the ECOWAS standard, so Ghana is already part of the protocol.
Yeah.
And that's why on this card we have ECOWAS and all this stuff. Why? Because the protocol says this is how our cards should be designed, and we've done that. But so you have multilateral agreement among ourselves. Today, as the Vice President stated, for anyone around the world to come into our country, we, Ghana, will recognize this because it's our document. To go from Ghana to Turkey, right? To go from Ghana to US or UK, first, you have to answer the visa question. If a visa is required, because the standard does not allow for electronic visa to be put on there, they still have to put your visa on your passport, so you still need that passport to go there. So until we get there, we will not be able to have that conversation yet, but this in the near future.
So far, or starting 1st March, when you are coming in, you can use this, but when you're going out, if you require a visa, if you require a visa, you have to get your book to have your visa stamped in. For countries that do not require a visa, where Ghana has bilateral agreement with, like the ECOWAS countries, you can go with your card and go to all these different countries. Okay, but with ECOWAS, we all know that there are standing protocols, free movement amongst others. So the question I was asking is about whether we have bilateral agreement with these other countries outside ECOWAS, because I know that Parliament has to ratify this.
Yes.
Have we gone through that process?
No, we've not started the process. So it's a process. First, you have to build your infrastructure, allow your chip to be recognized, allow now for a central verification, authentication of your card, allow for people to come in with the Ghana card.
But we've announced that we're doing it on the 1st of March. We are only in February, just a few days more in February to go. Then how then do we go ahead, announce that 1st March we're doing this without this ratification from Parliament?
No, okay, I think I need to clarify something. The 1st March is not for traveling outside of Ghana.
Okay.
It's just setting a date for all the airlines at all the airports
to start accepting
by 1st March.
Can they do that without this bilateral agreement?
Yes, because it is we, Ghana, as a state, telling the airlines receiving passengers that when a passenger is coming into Ghana, we, as a state, says this card, Ghana card, is an acceptable travel document as approved by ICAO, because we understand that. So we'll receive it. And so everyone coming into the country, a Ghanaian with a Ghana card, they will allow him or her to board and come in.
Well, however, the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, has clarified that it was not its responsibility, it is not its responsibility actually, to certify the use of a state identity card for international travels in place of a passport, stating in a tweet that any decision to accept such alternative travel identity document is made by the receiving state itself. And you can see on your screen the excerpt of their statements to clarify developments surrounding the Ghana card being used as an e-passport. Well, let's bring in Sean Mendes. He's an aviation expert. We're grateful, Sean, that you could, add on to your analysis, add on to this debate with your analysis. How easy, if not sustainable, can it be for the Ghana card to replace a passport in international travels?
Thanks for having me, Charles. How easy is it? Well, that depends how easy it is for the government of Ghana to conclude the bilateral arrangements with other countries. As the spokesperson to the Vice President just said, this is a long-standing protocol that has already existed within ECOWAS. So within multilateral blocs like ECOWAS or the European Union or similar, this is pretty commonplace already. For example, in the European Union, you can travel between countries simply on the basis of your national ID card, similar to the Ghana card and ECOWAS. So, however, when you start looking further afield, when you start looking at countries which have visa requirements, countries which don't have a large volume of trade and travel, the bilateral agreements become a lot harder to put in place, and the work required to put these in place in terms of the technological implementation and so forth also doesn't have as much of a return on investment. So it's the first step in a long journey. Probably in 15 to 20 years from now, you'll see probably 40 to 50 countries more signed up to this. But as of now, traveling within ECOWAS has become a lot easier because of this, and it's the first step.
Indeed. Well, government is confident that this particular card will, can be used to travel to over 100 countries, even though ratification is currently, being considered in Parliament, first of all. But how feasible can this be, and where does the future travel lie when it comes to the replacement of passports with biometric identity cards within the African framework?
Well, I think that the long-term plan for most of this kind of paper-based documents, like paper-based passports, is for them to go electronic. And ICAO actually publishes a very, an interesting but yet boring technical publication called Document 9303, which lays out the specifications for any sorts of travel documents. It lays out how passports should look, how the data should be captured on a passport. And it also lays out the specifications for what they call the e-passport chips. And what Ghana has actually achieved right now is that it is, I think, the 79th or 80th country in the world whose chips that are being embedded in the Ghana card and that will be embedded in future Ghana passports now meets the standards of ICAO Document 9303. That now lays out the framework by which Ghana can conclude these bilateral agreements with these other countries, because Ghana's, what they call the encryption key, essentially, the public key for this has now been logged with ICAO. So other countries who then sign up to these bilateral or multilateral agreements with Ghana can decode the data that is captured on the Ghana card, on the chip in the Ghana card, and be able to verify the identity of the holder. So it's not going to be something that's easy to forge. It's a big step forward in terms of technology and security, but in terms of practical applications for that, we're still many years away from that becoming widespread around the world.
Indeed, we shall just, look forward to that becoming an instrument to travel in the short to long term. Sean Mendes, grateful that you could join us with your analysis on this development of the Ghana card being used as a passport in the future, an e-passport as it is.